Steve, can you come here, please? I can't see anything in these glasses. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry about him. So I only found out about this gig a couple of weeks ago, so I'm really sorry for not being ready. My name's Tammy Reynolds. It's really important that you know that. If you don't know why you're here, then you probably have been confused for about 40 minutes now. We're here to pay attention to the fact that homelessness is on the rise and people are dying on the streets because we are not supporting them well enough. We must all do more to make our community a better place. We're here to build our community in the best way humans know how. By laughing together, like we did earlier, remember? And sharing stories, which I've not done yet, but that's fine. Something that comes up in relation to homelessness and people on the street is normally the loss of identity and the anonymity of it all. And when did living under a roof grant you name or a personality or a history? I can't relate to this because I've not experienced homelessness and I have always been very visible. And that's something society reminds me on a daily basis. I'm a dwarf, midget, little person, whatever. And so people find me hard to kind of ignore and even harder to take seriously, which I'm kind of on the same page with. And you can probably tell I'm queer and have low self-esteem and slightly unhinged by my fashion sense. But there is still more to me, in the same way that there's so much more to the people you see on the street and on TV and who haven't had the chance to tell their story, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So, yeah, go on, clap that. Cool. Okay. So I want to introduce our first act, who is a storyteller, and he's got some spoken word for us, and he is called Paul. So welcome Paul to the stage.
Why did I not see all the pains and misery you inflict on me? Disasters and downfalls it's created. With judges and peers they point with words berated. Why did I cross the path? I unleashed the devil and felt the wrath.
Yeah, my name's Lucy Webb and I work for Liverpool Waves of Hope. So I'm part of the intensive support service and I also do quite a lot of stuff at the hub, which so I know all of the people that are going to be telling their stories tonight, so I wanted to come along and show my support.
The glistening glimmer of the fire in its eye, but too late I was attracted to the sweet nasty pie. You sucked me in and then spat me out. 30 odd years of this endless drought. Skeletons in your closet. I've got a graveyard in mine.
It's kind of a positive, it's a positive event, and so much of the stuff that we hear about homelessness is about, it shows a very negative side of things, and even where it's not negative, it's kind of putting people in a little box as being homeless people, rather than actually saying, well, they're people who are homeless.
When I look in the mirror, what do I see? A reflection of 1001 nightmares staring right back at me. One picture that stalks me is that Edvard Munster scream. Nightmares, daymares, police cells, prison cells, hostels, doorways, bombies, pissed-up alleyways. Is that anyone's dream? Suicidal tendencies, do you know what I mean? If I could educate just one person and save their life, believe you me, I've lived 1,000 years with this enemy that's become my wife.
You know what I mean? There's a big difference between being a person that's homeless and being a homeless person. And I think the people that we've got speaking tonight are very, very eloquent about their situations and their experiences. And I think hopefully what will come across for them tonight is them as people, not just about the fact that they've had an experience of homelessness.
It's in the back of the flat. When I leave this place, I'll go back to my flat, my cage, my dark, my cold, my rage. You're just another memory why I'm on this lonely stage. I wear this crooked mask, I'll nod and I'll smile, but I'll tell you, I swap £1 million to be in your fucking shoes.
I went to the fair, and while I was there, I saw you looking through a plastic bag, which is a fish. The way you swam around, I knew I had found a friend. I should just say here that I am dyspraxic. That's like dyslexia, but with movement. I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic. So when YMCA comes on. It was the dyspraxia that lost me this friend. So I dropped the bag I was carrying her in and it broke. She was so slippery, but still covered by her warranty.
In Wiston, we don't have drug dealers, we just call them line managers. And our most popular dating website, because of the high percentage of domestic violence, is actually called Plenty of Battered Fish. Oh, well, if you didn't like that, you won't like the rest. What can I call?
Yeah, I just found out on Twitter. I follow a couple of the organisers on Twitter. Saw that they posted about it and thought I'd just come along.
I was diagnosed with something called bipolar disorder, bipolar affective disorder. And a lot of the time that means that I feel like shit. And I know that like everyone feels like shit, but when we feel like shit, it's different, because when they feel like shit, they feel like a good shit, they feel like a dog shit. When we feel like shit, we feel like a shit. We feel like, you know, like when a fly lands on a dog shit and it lays an egg, and out of the egg comes a maggot, and the maggot lives on a diet of nothing but shit, but it has to itself produce shit. We feel like that shit. Like a shit-eating maggot shit.
It's really important to like raise awareness and get everyone together, share stories and share awareness really.
It's a good opportunity to raise money as well, obviously. There's a lot of homelessness in Liverpool especially.
Because you see, I think it's often assumed that people with cerebral palsy will naturally be able to understand one another. They think it's like French. It's not. It's not even a language. And two slang, incoherent people are no more discernible than one. Look at Scottish. You see, just like you, my voice in my head doesn't sound like what you're hearing right now. No, in my head, I sound like an audiobook read by Benedict Cumberbatch.
I expect it to be quite informative, maybe a little bit of, light comedy, just people, raising awareness. I expect to sort of go away from here knowing a little bit more, perhaps.
Stoke was the biggest city without a Nando's, and then we got a Nando's, we've lost that fucking award, didn't we? That's what I'd say if you guys asked me. Now, if I was asked where I was from by an elderly white gentleman in the hospital, he doesn't want to know about Stoke-on-Trent and our delicious peri-peri chicken. He wants to know why my face doesn't quite look like his face. He wants to know if that shop on the corner is still open. and how much it'd be for a taxi to the train station. And I found out the other day there's a third scenario to this, in which I have to give a completely different answer to this question. Jumped into a taxi being driven non-surprisingly by a middle-aged brown man. This man claimed his name was Dennis, which I'm not so sure about, unless Dennis is short for Denise Jit Singh Kohli. And Dennis asked where I'm from, and I know what he's thinking in his head when he hears that question. He's thinking, which part of India are your family coming from? Oh, Gujarat. My aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, grandmas, friends, doggies also come from the same place. We are practically family, you know? And then I went round to his house for dinner. So that was nice.
I had this weird thing when I was a kid. I used to have this weird dream, and the dream was you'd pay money to help me change my name, which was a weird thing, but I used to have one of those celebrities on. It used to be like Morgan Freeman. Like he'd just roll up like, hello, my name is Morgan Freeman. My voice is calming and soothing. If you send £2 a day, you can help us change this poor Zulu boy. I'm not a Zulu. Shh, yes you are. This poor Zulu boy. Change his name to something like Tom or Matthew, something normal like that.
My name's Teo Cousins, and I got involved by getting a message on Facebook, and just a small little question he was asking, would you be able to help out? And then they told me it was a charity gig, and I'd love to just be on stage anyway, so this is a great way to help and then get to do stand-up as well.
I'm getting older and it's getting a bit weirder when I'm getting a bit pissed. I'm actually drinking now, so I'll go to sleep pissed and it'll be like Nelson Mandela, but he's not trying to help me anyway. Like you just want like, hello, my name is Nelson Mandela. I look and sound like an old Japanese man. If you send £2 a day, you can help me crack open a couple of cans for the lads. I'm like, no, that's not helpful.
Well-telling stories are a great way to show someone an experience. So I feel like people connected to it more, and they'll spread it more easily, more than they would do like just getting information thrown at them. So just them sharing their experience would help.
I'm living that. I'm a bit sad I didn't get like the Scouse accent. That I've not heard that like powerful accent that you guys really have. Last time I got here, I got, "You alright, black lad?" Which is a great nickname because it's technically only a description, but I feel weird for hearing it. Like, very terrifying.
Yeah, because it kind of just breaks down people's walls. Like someone that might have like a perception of something happening, but someone telling a joke may make them feel at ease. So it gives them a better time overall, so they can feel better and absorb more.
So like your brain is in your body, and here are the same things. And that's why when your body's fucked, your head feels fucked, and when your head is fucked, your body can feel fucked. And if your head's been smushed by a childhood growing up, getting beaten, called names, not knowing where the next little cunt is coming from, then maybe there's not a home in your head anymore, and the body's a stranger. And it doesn't all fit together like it should.
My name's Jamie Barton, and I got involved by, I'm a creative writing tutor at Waves of Hope, which are kind of getting involved with this.
What is home? Is in here, in your brain, in your head? Is it in here, in your body? I mean, but you know, you can only feel your body because of all these many miles of stringy tendrils that stretch down and out and spread through.
So I met Steve through that because he came in to talk about it and see if people were interested in storytelling. And I thought, well, I've got my own story to tell, so that's how I got involved.
And putting that shit back together, it's a fucking nightmare. Because you've got to unlearn so much about what it is you feel about yourself, about who it is you think you are, about what it is you think others think about you. I mean, but one of the great things about brains is that they don't just mould, they remould.
I'm nervous, excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and use the nerves to confront the audience, you know, get some of that behind it.
There's a growing body of research that suggests that people with a high level of adverse childhood experiences are far more likely to have ongoing mental health issues. It's possible that many people with things who are diagnosed with things like personality disorder, depression, anxiety, are living with the consequences of a childhood spent worrying, being abused, neglected, not knowing when the next tirade of abuse will come.
They ask you, where do you come from? You say, I come from your local corner shop selling mocker bees, broken dreams and broken biscuits for half a penny. They ask you, where do you come from? You say, I come from spices and lime, a dry soil and a dim skyline. They ask you, where do you come from? You say, I come from home, but home with farewell. They ask you, where do you come from? You say, I come from the ox and bones screeching. They ask you, where do you come from? You say, I come from a place far, far away.
Every waking hour, reality sets in. My demons reel me closer, torment will begin. Scarred by all the hatred, the control and the lies, now it's going deeper. This will be my demise.
I've always written, it's always been a part of my life, but it's like the last 7 years I took it more seriously. I've always written to express my feelings and my emotions. I can't do it vocally, so I've always written.
Inside I'm screaming, while my demons get stronger, broken. I can't take this any longer. They show no mercy, escaping the choice. Fear is drowning the sound of my voice.
Things and like a lot of it like relates to these type of events because I've been through like experience really, and I thought like it'd be good to give my side story, maybe inspire people.
Demon in me, I have a choice. Time now that you hear my voice. You don't have the power, this soul is mine. Take your last feed, cause you're out of time. I see the light, another way. I'm strong enough to cast you away. With fate before me, I'm on a mission. A higher power made that decision. Let me breathe away your residue. The sun is out, the sky is blue. Pain, anger, suffering is now none. Demon in me has finally gone.